What up everybody, ZachAttacksFat here, and today we are attacking the 7 unusual, unexpected, whatever you want to call it, things from having a loose skin removal. If you have a little bit more of a question about my surgery as a whole, what procedure I got and all that, I do have another video about my whole loose skin surgery, and I'll link that down in the description below. When I got my loose skin removal, there was definitely some things that I was warned about and kind of told, but I wasn't really expecting them still because I didn't know to what severity it would happen, basically. So to start off, I want to go over the things that I kind of expected, but just were a little bit different, and then I'll go into the things that were completely unexpected for me. First off, it was numbness. Now, I expected to have some sort of numbness, but I wasn't quite expecting to have as much as I do. My numbness, like in my armpits, I basically have zero feeling in my armpits. Around my belly button area, I have no feeling whatsoever. Here, I'll actually kind of show you. So from about here, it kind of goes down in a shape like this. I start to get a little bit of feeling out here, but I have no feeling right here. I have no feeling right here. And then along the scar line too, I also have just about no feeling. So like I said, that was something that I was warned about. So I was expecting some numbness, but I was mainly expecting it along the incision line and not really other places. So next thing that was kind of odd, I wasn't expecting it, but to me it was like, well duh, that happened. Because of the way they do the surgery is they make an incision and then they pull your skin down and then cut off the excess. So with pulling that skin down, I'll put a picture up of me before I got my loose skin removal, and I'll kind of circle it to where you can see where I had this freckle. And this freckle moved down my body significantly. So now it's right here. It used to be right up here. So if you can see, I'm sure you'll see over here, I had that freckle move significantly. So I'm guessing that they've had to pull down a lot of skin. So one thing that I also didn't expect, but of course it makes sense, is that my hair pattern changed now. My hair actually kind of moved a little bit. It's funny because I'm not sure if you can see it, but my happy trail is actually a little bit off center now. My hair kind of grows down here and then it goes off to the side of my belly button instead of normally just going straight down it. I'm not sure if that's the way I healed or whatever, but it's just something that I thought was kind of interesting because I definitely was not expecting that, and I didn't even think about how the hair that grows on those areas would be affected. Another thing about the numbness is that now I kind of get itchy on spots that are numb. So I'll get itchy like right here on my abdomen or in my armpit, and it is literally one of the worst things in the world. It's not painful or anything, but it is one of the most annoying things in the world because it's an itch that you can't scratch. Like, no matter how much you scratch, because you're completely numb there, there's nothing you can do about it. You're just stuck with it. Like, it's just gonna be itchy. So I've resorted to kind of just like slapping myself on my numb parts to try and get like the itchiness to stop, but it doesn't always help. And I don't actually think that it does help. It helps with me mentally because I at least feel like that does something, because I can't feel the surface of the skin, but I can feel like pressure and stuff underneath it, if that makes sense. All right, moving on now. So one thing that I got caught so off guard from was where my butt crack is, like the top of my butt crack actually moved. I used to have a pretty high butt crack, but with the 360 lift, the way they do the cuts, it's significantly lower now. So I'm always like bending over and I really feel like my whole ass is out basically, because where I feel like the wind hitting my skin, before I would have had this much crack showing. But now I have no crack showing. So I'm always kind of like more self-conscious of it, but I'm starting to get used to it now and just kind of realizing that nope, That's not where my butt crack is anymore. My butt crack's lower. It's at a much more, I would say, at a normal spot. I think it was higher just because of the way the fat was, and then when I lost weight, the loose skin kind of accentuated it. But yeah, I'll see y'all. Let's see if I can show you guys. So if you see, I'm trying not to show my crack. If you see the way they do the cut, it goes down. So I would have had at least that much crack showing if I did not get this 360 lift. So that was something that was kind of interesting and kind of cool, was that my butt crack's not always out, because before, when I was big, if I bent over, my butt crack was out. All right, now let's go for something else here. I'm gonna have to pop my shirt off. So just a warning, I'm popping my shirt off. All right, so now, one thing that was very, very, very unexpected for me was they call them dog ears. Now, this is something that I'm actually going in soon to get fixed. It's a very easy fix. It's not like I have to like go under for surgery again or anything like that. But it was definitely something that I had no idea was gonna happen. I've never even seen anybody else have this happen. But then after it happens to me, people are like, oh yeah, that happened to me too. So if you look in my armpit, there's actually this little, they call it a dog ear, and it kind of looks like a dog ear. This little tiny nub of skin, and I'm guessing it's just from, it was like the extra skin because they had to pull it together, so it kind of bunched up there at the top. This side, it isn't quite as noticeable, but there is a small one. So that was definitely something that was interesting to see. You know, as I healed up, I kind of started getting to take my bandages off and stuff, and then I looked at my armpit and I'm like, that's not normal. And then I was wondering, like, is that gonna go away? Because at that point I was still healing, but nope. It did not go away, but that's all good. Let me put my shirt back on. Whew. Fuck. You can do it, Zach. Maybe. All right. So the last and final unexpected thing for me was that my weight distribution is drastically different. Now this makes complete sense to me, but it was never something that I even close to thought of. And basically, without getting too far into it, the way fat cells and weight gain works is that when you gain weight, at first your fat cells are going to expand before they multiply. Once they expand to the point that they can't anymore, that's when they start multiplying. So with getting a 360 lift and basically getting a bunch of fat cells and skin cut off of my abdomen, I don't really gain weight in my abdomen as much as I do the other places that didn't get skin removed. So I actually put on a little bit of weight after my surgery, and it basically all went to my thighs, like all of it. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna show you. Let me see here, I got an idea. All right, so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm wearing a pair of shorts that I know I have a video of myself wearing these at the gym, and you'll be able to tell the difference of when my weight gain in my legs. It mostly all went to my legs. So yeah, I'll put the video over to the side, but you'll kind of be able to tell that most of the weight that I regained all went to my thighs. Another place it goes is my lower back right here, basically above the incision line. So right here, when I regain weight, it kind of tends to sit in there instead of around my stomach and in my chest like it did before my surgery. Well, that's about it. Those were all of the things that were kind of interesting, weird, unexpected from my skin removal that I definitely had no idea was gonna happen. And I know especially for males like myself, there isn't that much information out there about these, you know, cosmetic procedures, because most of the time we don't get them. You know, guys don't go get tummy tucks all the time. Basically, they only do when they lose a lot of weight. So it is kind of something that I want to share with you guys, and it is something that I feel like needs to get out there, it needs to be told, because nobody else is saying anything about it. So if you guys have any more questions about my surgery or anything like that, I may upload like a surgery Q&A video. That way you guys can kind of get your questions answered, because I know for me, I had a ton of questions about the surgery, and when I looked for information for it online, there wasn't that much of it, at least not for males. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, please let me know down in the comments, and please go follow me over on Instagram, because if it is something that people do want to know more information about, I will ask on my Instagram story to get all those questions. So make sure you're following me over there if you have any questions and you want to get that question answered. But other than that, that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Get out there, get after those goals, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.